Good day, my fellow Thomas fans, and today I'd like to ask you a question concerning wooden railway videos. Which is better, pulling engines along a nice set with fishing wire, or pulling engines on a carpet using your hands? Personally, I prefer the former, and though I do enjoy people's work who pull engines along the carpet with their hands like Kikray, I find myself to be more invested in the world if it looks like the engines are moving by themselves. But here's another question. What if they were combined? You know, pulling engines by hand along a set. Well, TrainKing James' series, Sodor, A New Era, does just that. Today's series came about in the October of 2016. It went on for 15 episodes and wrapped in the October of this year. The series features a few original ideas, but mainly focuses on expanding stories from the Railway series. As Season 2 will soon be upon us, what better time is it to look at the first season? So, enough chit-chat. This is Season 1 of TrainKing James' Sodor, A New Era. Here are some broad strokes of my thoughts of TrainKing James. This series was one of the two major exposures I've had to him. The other is Journey Beyond Sodor, How It Should Have Been. I won't shed my thoughts on that just yet, as I'll probably make a review on that later down the line, but he's been brilliant in that and his own series. Also, I should note I have not seen his film Red, which I shall probably do a review on as well, so yeah. Straight from the get-go of this series, I just fell in love with it. One of my personal boxes to tick for a Thomas fan series is if the Tugs theme is used in some regard, and this series uses it as its main theme. I believe the saying is, Yas Queen.
Yes, Queen!
In fact, this is a good time to leave a hint for an upcoming review. Sometime soonish, I'll be reviewing a series that also incorporates the Tugs theme as its main theme. Speculate away. This series is very reminiscent of Scarlowy Railway 01's The Wooden Railway series. The only difference is that TrainKing James throws in some original stories and plot points, and he puts his own spin on the original material. Is it good? Oh yes. The first half of the season has the main plotline of Sodor preparing for the Queen's visit, and TrainKing James introduces a new B-plot to it. A mysterious man named Nigel Pilkington with a group of diesels attempting to sabotage the steam engines in order to have a diesel pull the train. I do enjoy this idea, but I feel like it isn't entirely necessary. Yes, it brings tension to the series, but the tension could easily reside in who will pull the train. But for its inclusion, it is pretty good. Now, I think a better plotline with diesels comes about in the latter half of the season. The threat of diesels is one of my favourite things in this series. It gives the series a proper sense of realism. To name a few of my favourite moments, there's Gordon getting briefly kidnapped, and Edward and Gordon chasing Harry and Bert. I hope that the evil diesel scrapping steam engines storyline will be picked up again in Season 2. Now, if you're wondering, my personal favourite episode of this season is Engines of a Feather. This episode is a sort of follow-up sequel to Duct-Tape's Charge, and it features Gordon, Henry and James attempting to cause an accident involving Doug to get him out of action and reclaim their superiority. It's a really creative story, and it gives the trucks an opportunity to show their good sides, I guess, as they help Duck avoid the accident and divert it into James. I applaud it. It's a 10 out of 10 episode for me. I also want to acknowledge the finale. It's a story idea that I've seen done 2 other times. Basically, it's the story of how Diesel got found out and sent away. I've seen it done by TrainKing James, obviously, Thomas 1, Edward 2, Henry 3, and Wild Nor'Wester. There probably are other adaptations of this story idea, but those are just the ones I've seen. Honestly, I think this is my favourite version. Why? Well, because it ticks another of my personal boxes. The characters teaming up to solve a mystery. And the way it's done here is just so cool. It's basically evidence of him setting a trap for Diesel to make him accidentally reveal himself. It's like a spy movie. It's very, very well done. Now, back to the idea I proposed at the start of the video. What if someone combined pulling engines by hand along a set? And like I said, that's what TrainKing James does in his series. I think it works pretty damn well. It sort of has a charm to it, and it really adds to the overall effect of the series. This is just my stance on it though, and I'm very curious as to what you guys have to say on the matter. Anyway, enough of me rambling. I really love this series. It is perfectly written. It adds so much to the Railway series that I feel like could be genuine canon in it. It's so great. So I wholeheartedly recommend you check it out. And just in time for season 2 as well. Season 1 of Sodor: A New Era gets a 9 out of 10. And be sure to come back next time, as I'll be getting in touch with my whimsical side and unleashing the magic within. Until then.